People say that your first Paralympics or your first Olympics is about being overwhelmed by the whole experience. So I think I'll be looking for that as much as I'm looking for feelings on the slope. I'm Hester Poole and I'm competing in the Para-Alpine disciplines of slalom and giant slalom. So I started skiing around the age of 6 on the dry slopes in England. That sort of progressed to race training, and that was around the time that the 2014 Paralympics was going on, where I saw Kelly Gallagher and Charlotte Evans, who won the first gold medal. I think that really sort of gave me a drive and an ambition, and it's kind of just gone whoosh from there, and always doing it for the girls. Big up the girls. Leber's congenital amaurosis is obviously a congenital condition, so I was born with it. Sort of had between 5 and 10% of my vision. I sort of live in a kind of guessing world. My retinas didn't really develop, so I shouldn't really be able to see light or colour, but what sort of happened instead was I have lots of dark spaces in my vision which my brain works extra hard to fill in. How that applies to skiing is when you're going down at quite a few miles per hour, your brain has less time to process. The highest I've felt in my sport is when I've been surrounded by a support network, and the lowest is when I've been kind of trekking it alone. Pickle the guide dog, she's been with me for 3 years. She's a black lab retriever and she's a bit of an icon. People have been like stopping me and going, "Oh, ciao, Bella," and I'm like, "Oh, me? Oh, thank you." Oh no, they're talking about the dog, obviously. Navigating from A to B is such a challenge just because of the amount of mental strain it takes. So Pickle really helps me by taking away that pressure and that energy. She's very empathetic. As a dog, I struggle a lot with migraines. I get chronic migraines, so she's a real comfort to me through those. Just does bring a sort of settled feeling. Having something from home, having my family here is great, but just having something so integral to like my day-to-day life back in Bath is really nice. And yeah, she definitely grounds me, I'd say. I'd like people to see me for what I am. The fact that I can show what people with disabilities are capable of doing gives people the ability to integrate that ethos into society. Obviously, if I get a medal, fantastic.